This is a Normal Nerds podcast where two very normal dudes talk about very nerdy stuff and whatever else you feel like talking about. I'm your host, Maxwell Streisy.
I'm Rose, who has trauma from One Piece, Dave Bates.
This episode is our weekly anime recap, so sit back, relax, and welcome to the Normal Nerds podcast. All right, Davis.
Yo!
Weekly anime recap.
Yes, it is. Good stuff this week. I know this is actually a really solid week of anime this time around.
I think like everything minus our hate watch section, but
Garbage.
was like really good. Like everything.
Everything was sick. Oh, yes.
We will get to our episode of the week.
Okay.
Yes. What do you think I was doing?
I had no idea. I thought you were just texting for a second. I was like, kind of in the middle of something here. But no, this was a sick set of episodes this week. Even Fire Force just killed it.
Yeah.
Again, with no action, pretty much.
It's surprising that
enough.
makes it better episodes.
Yeah, that's so weird.
But let's hop right into it.
Yeah.
My Hero Vigilante episode
8.
7.
Damn it. Anyways, yeah, sick episode. Great as always. That lady from the opening, I was really wondering who she was, and now we know who she is.
Is she a student or a teacher?
I think she is a student.
Right?
Yes.
I think.
Because he's in college, too.
I know he's in college.
So I think she is in college.
I didn't know if she was like a professor who was trying to do research or something like that.
No, I think she's a student who wants to be like a reporter or some crap like that.
Okay.
Yes. And I understand why Pop Step was so jealous.
I'm jealous.
Yeah,
I wish that's how life worked.
Yeah, that'd be kind of nice, but it's not.
No.
No, it was wild. Like super cool and awesome, blah blah blah. When she's talking to him, help him out, and she's just like, "I need help getting around this area." But what really hooked me this episode was when you cut to her going home, taking out her contacts, which for some reason just removes her irises. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about either.
And her brother walks in,
The detective,
and it's the
yeah.
police guy, and it's
The
like,
detective,
whoa!
Yeah, well, I did not. Well, first I was like, wait a minute, are they a couple?
I had to think that too, and I was like, oh no.
But they like purposely put in there. It's like, hey, don't you want to help your little sister?
Yep. I was thinking about you when the episode was happening. I was like, oh look, Maxwell gets his love triangle.
Yeah, who doesn't love a good love triangle? It's the
Yeah,
best.
whatever.
It's hilarious. Are you saying it wasn't funny this episode?
Oh, it was hilarious.
Pops up just being like.
When she was losing her mind behind the curtain, when she just dumped the beer cans on top of her, I was like, this is fantastic.
I love it. Just like it would always just show her in the background, like.
I'm angry. Maybe we don't hang out there all the time then. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Maybe tell them how you feel.
Maybe. But anyways, when he walked in and all that stuff, I was like, this kind of might actually put our boys in danger. Because now she has a connection to him, and she already thought he was the crawler to begin with, and fucked it up on a technicality pretty much. And then,
Well, that's because like nobody knows his name is the Crawler.
No, and he's like, and that's the only reason her truth detection didn't work.
Yep.
Because you're the crawler.
What a
It's like,
cool ability, by the way.
oh yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, the lie detector pretty much. Like that's a sick ability. That's really good for like the work she wants to do too.
That's
it's
true.
like a really high quality, good quirk that doesn't turn your head into like a spray bottle, which is
That's
awesome.
true.
But yeah, it was. I thought that whole sequence of them interviewing everybody was just.
Oh, it's
fantastic.
hilarious.
Freaking they interviewed the villain girl.
I know.
Like how they chucked that one in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, there wasn't a ton to this episode of our.
Except they kept talking about Popsup's butt, and as we determined, she's in high school.
Yes, of course.
But,
But
you know.
we also found out the age of consent in Japan is 16.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah, very
So
recently.
I guess that one better.
But no, it really wasn't. Just more of an. It was more of an introduction of this new character.
Yeah. It was
And-
important enough to be in the opening, so I imagine she'll
and
do something.
she's in the next episode. So
Yeah.
as like a dressed up as a hero. So
It's just, I don't even
she has like an outfit on that's like hero-esque. So.
Oh, I didn't even catch it. Maybe she's going undercover
Yeah, probably
with the crawler.
the Crawler.
The crawler.
I love how. No, the best part of the episode that we're totally missing is the soccer guy.
I loved how the show was like,
just
this
called
quirk
out.
makes no fucking sense.
Like that's just soccer. It's like,
just-
why is he a penguin? What does a penguin have to do with the outfit?
That was great. And how our two Pop Steps fanboys that were.
Oh, I love how
like,
they were the first two interviewed.
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
was great.
yeah, these guys.
And they're just like, yeah, the cruiser. What a weird guy.
Yeah. What a perv.
That was good. Oh my goodness, yeah. But that was. I think that was actually the gist of the episode. There wasn't too much else that happened, right?
No, not really. I did like Pop Step just calling her like a hussy, and
Yeah,
she was
fun.
like, and like just
Meanwhile,
like,
Pop Step jumps around in her like revealing outfit.
insanely revealing.
Yeah,
outfit, yeah.
tight as all get out. Yeah.
Yeah. But the only thing that was also weird though was Konichi the crawler, when this new girl comes up and talks to him, he just like he reacts so normal. She's just like, hey, blah 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 blah, and he's like, oh hey, blah blah, oh yeah yeah, and I'm like,
This.
what are you, like the most charismatic person on planet Earth? I'm pretty sure if a
Apparently.
super hot girl sat down to me in college, I'm like, oh, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, but this is this magical world where hot girls do that.
Yeah, it's true. It is a magical world where hot girls do
Magical
that.
world where they just fall into your lap like that.
Must be nice.
That must be great. Yeah. But yeah, that was that was ridiculous. I did enjoy how the rumor mill is still going around about him being a creep. That was fantastic. You're the creep. They like gave him the entire east side or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
His name
Yeah.
was like the creep of the east side or whatever.
Yeah, the creeper.
Creeper. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
there
was
you go.
like, it's like
Fantastic.
close to the crawler.
That's
roller.
fantastic. It's like no.
Oh,
I'm
we did
not
learn the
I'm-
history of how villains and heroes got.
Oh yeah, that's
which,
really interesting.
for some reason, was in the state of Rhode Island. Out of
was
all
it?
the states they picked, they're like,
Rhode
and there
Island.
was 118 heroes, like 118 vigilantes in Rhode Island. I'm like,
What's going on in Rhode Island?
Rhode Island's a very small state.
Yeah, that's why I figured it's like in the smallest one we could
I
pick.
know. Yeah, I was like, what's going on? I'm like, could you imagine New York? What was there like? Oh, 20,000
Probably,
vigilantes.
yeah.
Like,
Probably,
and there's
yeah.
118, and
Jeez, yeah.
but
Once again, cool to glaze us up there. Like
Yeah,
USA, I know that was already canonical in the
except
show,
for the
but
next,
it's the birthplace of
except for the
Hero,
hero that's coming out.
Oh,
next.
this guy's
So,
gonna suck.
the celebrity or
You
whatever.
can just tell he's gonna suck
Yeah,
and be
he
a
looks
buffoon.
awful.
It's fine. We still have in this Star and Stripe still exists in this time period.
Does she still exist?
I think she's a hero right now. Actually.
Yeah, 'cause All Might's back,
Yeah.
Well, and then I did like when she was talking to her brother, and she was like, well, are they really like villains, or like is the act like the crime itself more than being a villain? He's like, no, they do bad things. They're bad people.
Yeah, I enjoy that. They break the law. Bad.
Bad.
Very, very paladin-esque idealism there, which is nice.
But yeah, excited to see what comes up next.
Oh yeah.
All right, and then let's move on to 2B Hero X episode.
Okay, so this is this episode 8.
It is episode.
Okay,
8.
all right, okay. To be hero, excellent. Screw me. But
This show rocks.
dude, apparently I think we're getting we're getting all the backstories of everybody in the opening right now, which is dope. I love
it.
that. That's
I love it.
fantastic.
I think it's cool.
I did not expect them, even watching the opening. I should have. There's so much going on in the opening.
There's a lot.
I did not expect them to pick Lucky Cyan
I didn't
as
know.
one. Like, I didn't think she was gonna be a thing. I thought she was just gonna be like this random singer.
I thought she was just the pop star of the
Yeah.
universe or something like that.
Yeah.
But in logical, and we're really dumb for not assuming that she's a hero, because it would make sense that a pop star would be
Would
a
have
hero.
the most trust.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought, I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know
Crazy, yeah.
how I missed that one.
Crazy that she just had she just had power right off the rip there.
Yeah, I guess
With,
she
like,
was already like people already thought she was lucky.
Yeah,
and
maybe
and
that
that's
was
probably why
that.
she
That's
survived the plane crash.
Yeah, maybe that accelerated. Yeah, maybe it started with the reporter thinks she was like you were doing that or something like that.
No, I bet she was like lucky before that.
You think?
I mean, that's
probably her.
she's the
base
only
power.
one who survived the plane crash.
Yeah, but she had no other family. Everyone knew about her. So like, why would she have any more? Once again, I'm
What do you
trying
mean
to.
she didn't have any family?
Okay, so they sent her to an orphanage, right?
Yeah,
And I don't think.
did he look to see if she had another family? I don't think he knew who she was. He didn't even know her name.
Okay, so maybe she had people out there that still trusted her that would make her lucky. Yeah, okay, that's fair, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. fair enough.
I was assuming that's why she survived the plane crash, because she's lucky.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming too. I was like wondering what this like power system in this world was like. If we just like maybe her parents thought she was lucky or some shit. Maybe people in her old life thought she was lucky or some shit like that. Yeah.
Because like she was like, I mean, unless it was just based off the reporter thinking she was lucky.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, like
Once again, we determined we have no idea how.
we
Like,
have no idea
one-
because Lightning Boy got lightning powers right
Yeah.
off of one believer.
Yeah,
so
so
yeah.
It seems to
This
only
power
take
system
one.
makes no fucking sense, but it's okay. I love it. It's fantastic. And it was super funny, the whole set of sequences where she's like being lucky and then people are coming after, like going for like escalating horribly. And she's just like, each time she's like, too many people, blah, blah, blah.
Like the first time the like nunnish type lady was like, oh, pick like a place where there's treasure. And she was like, oh, that's where me and my husband moved, blah, blah. But then like, you know, and then the girl did it with like her boyfriends. And,
that was funny.
Which is like, I was like, suitors, you know, as the term is, but like, and I was like, oh, this is funny, and then as it like kept going on, I was like, this seems very exploitive.
Oh no, I remember watching it too. It's like when the lady accepted the money to have her pretty much like almost like just like you're gonna, like the treating her like a little like you're gonna bless you now.
That's really what it was, yeah.
And we took the money, and the principal or headmaster comes out there just like, screw your money, we don't do this, I'm not taking that. And then I'm just like, this is awesome, this is great. Cut to 5 years later, and she's a cult leader. It's like, this escalated so quickly.
Yeah.
No!
Well, I was like, when he slapped the money in her hand, I was like, nice job, dude. And then I was like, oh no, you're just using her.
Yeah, this guy.
Also, he's like, we don't take dirty money, but here, buy our merchandise.
Yeah.
So I can be a hero and help if he's super evil.
Oh yeah, he's a villain right now.
Yeah, that poor kid at the end who was like, you're almost out of here. Yeah, and also just gets blown away. I'm like, I mean, you didn't need to
Didn't need to do that.
Like,
that was a little intense.
Could just like pushed him.
Yeah, he could just close the door.
He really actually wasn't even in the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
You're
he's just a normal human.
Yeah. It seemed like it. You're just like, no, I'm gonna hit you with the wind as hard as I possibly can. That was so intense at the end. But yeah, when it cut to the cult leader, I was like, oh no, this got so much worse.
It's so much worse.
And they had her like, they're covering up her face and all this stuff. And it's like,
and her hair was like a reason because it wasn't as bright or something like that. He said it's something like,
or I thought it was too bright.
Or too bright, yeah.
I don't know. It was all a sham. That principal sucked. I feel so bad for that. I still feel so bad for Lucky Cyan. Kinda also her future boyfriend there, if he survives. Fantastic kid.
I thought he was going to die this episode.
Yes, I think he might die next episode.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. Friggin' where she's wicked lucky and all this stuff. He's a calamity. I love his name, but calamity. Yeah, no, it was cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's a terrible life to live, but you're still so happy. That's
yeah,
nice.
He's still super cheerful.
Yeah, you wreck everywhere you go.
Yeah, and it's weird because like even like the whatever headmaster or owner of the orphanage was like, no, if we take in anybody, and I'm just like,
I think it's one of those shows that's tackling like it's not always black and white. It's one of those ones where like they're doing bad things, but they think they're doing really good things right now. And you know, by proxy, he is doing some good things through this, but doing it all in a bad way. Yeah.
And then the reporter has a daughter who's a hero who, assuming is going to be an important hero.
She wants to be Hero X, which we got more information on. Yeah. Sort of what that is. It sounds like Hero X. It sounds like Hero X is number one. Okay, let's say maybe it's unranked X. It's maybe you get to number one, then you get to X or something like that. I don't know. But she wants to be that, and I don't really know what that has to do with the world, but I think it's building slowly.
Yeah, but she must be someone in the future.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I have no
idea.
Because Lucky Cyan, this is still clearly in the past because she looked too young compared to what she is now.
And it was all still in the 2D animation style.
Oh, they said they're switching to that for a while.
Oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
Until Hero X comes in.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah. I like that actually because that style is awesome.
It looks great. Yeah. The show looks incredible.
This show is so it's so.
The only flaw this episode had was, which they made the mistake, and I get like why they did it, is that her song was in English, and it's like don't do they like.
Yeah, that was throwing me off because it sounded like you have English voice actors and all that stuff. But you sound like you're a Japanese voice actor trying to sing an English song.
Yeah,
right
and it just doesn't match like her emotions.
No,
just it's okay. You can play the Chinese song.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no issue with that.
They do that with like Pop Step and My Hero. Like she sings like in Japanese when she sings.
Yeah,
yeah. So it's like
that's a good point. Yeah.
Just do that. Yeah, because it matches their voice and their character more of what they're doing. I know they wanted us to feel the lyrics of her like wanting to be free and all this kind of stuff, but I'm like
doing Footloose pretty much.
Yeah, it's like you could have done subtitles.
Like, yeah, that'd been okay. So I was totally fine in this one.
And they're rollerblades.
They're rollerblades, yeah.
Man, and then I was like, why rollerblades? And I was like, oh, it makes sense to escape. Okay.
Go as fast as they can, even though it didn't matter.
No, because I don't know. Yeah, I guess that he would have a high trust value.
Yeah, because he's running it all pretty much.
But what is his power? Wind pushing?
I think it's wind. Yeah.
But why wind?
I don't know.
Usually the powers are based off of like what the people's trust in you are.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I wonder if his power is control.
Maybe.
Like he controlled the wind.
Maybe. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Interesting. I did get hit hard in the feels when the Calamity there did that marble throwing.
Oh,
thing
yeah.
I was like, that show.
And
You're a
he's
good
like,
kid.
He's like, it's even good when it rains.
You're a good kid. Look at that. You're awesome. So yeah, this was I dug this episode a lot. Can't wait to see what Lucky Cyan does. Clearly, she survives to the future and all that stuff.
Yes.
I'm gonna be very interested to see what happens next episode. When it cut, I was like, no.
Yeah,
As always.
The show rocks.
Yeah, it's amazing.
All right. Next thing, Fire Force season.
Season 3, episode. I'm gonna say this was also episode 8.
It is episode 8.
Yeah.
I mean, this episode rocked.
It did. It did. It's so weird what they're
Big
doing.
lore dump.
Yeah, it's so weird how the episodes, even like the episode, like half the episode was a lore dump, the other half was this fantastic quest with Arthur, which
Hilarious.
is continuing the next episode. And as long as it ends the next episode, I'll be happy.
Yeah,
I don't want to continue past this. But I'm just like, okay, so what was it? You guys wasted so much time in the first like few episodes now because of this. But this episode was great. That nun lady is horrible.
Yes, Sister Sumire.
Yeah.
Sumire.
And I still don't fully understand how the doppelganger thing is working. Like,
So it's like, so the doppelgangers are the. It looks like there's a split. There's a parallel universe,
Yes,
and that's what the
which is Adola.
Adola is, and they pretty much is what I'm getting at. As now, my assumption is that the what's the main thing of the White Clad, the leader?
the evangelist.
The evangelist is like probably just the king of the Adola or queen or whatever.
Yeah.
And it just wants to take over Earth.
Okay.
And make it Adola.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
And they're
Bugs
trying-
act as a bridge.
But needs a bridge, which are the bugs.
Yes.
But like, and I think it just, they're trying to like, maybe it's like a alternate reality and they're like, apparently it's miserable and awful there.
Apparently,
Yeah.
It doesn't. I mean, whenever they go there, it looks horrible. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty
it's
much
a
like
wasteland.
pretty much the way it looks like. It looks like it's hell and it's demons that want to live on Earth.
Yes. Yeah. That sounds like that's what I'm getting out of it too. And they all correspond with other people on Earth. So, but does everything that becomes an infernal have to have a bug go into them? Because I didn't think that was what I thought they like were very big. Like that's not what was happening. the entire time.
this she didn't. She said it didn't need a bug.
Okay, so they just okay, so the infernals occur just when the doppelgangers move into the same corresponding area as
Seems like
their
that's
other
what it was.
doppelganger in the other dimension.
When when the dimension clicks, yeah.
Yeah.
But it seems like
It's
the
confusing.
bugs are like a forceful way to do it.
All right, that makes sense. That makes more sense, I guess then.
And then we find out the seventh pillar,
Yes, is crazy nun lady.
crazy nun lady, who's
Sumire.
super powerful.
I mean, yeah, that shivering thing.
But do you think is 250 years old?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then we saw the other.
Yes,
thing.
I think. Crap, they said her name too, didn't they?
Yes.
She is dead now. I
She's
think.
now officially
She's
dead.
now officially
Yeah.
dead. Yes.
Did the same thing she did last time, where she
Yes.
goes, "I'm using my last of my power."
Yes. So maybe she's not dead.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We did
yeah.
see the tabernacle shut down though, so that's what I'm assuming is happening. So I don't know if she was a pillar, then that's gone now. Someone else can be the pillar. It's so confusing. But they have all 8 now because Sister Sumire is number 7. Sister Iris will be number 8. So they have all 8 pillars now. I'll put up a visual if I remember to do that, and hopefully those numbers will make sense. But yes. So I did like her power. The shivering thing was a cool aspect, better than the stupid gold magnetism bullshit that was going on. This was actually a very interesting power, and I liked it.
Yeah, and she's crazy strong.
Yeah, which is crazy.
And
strong.
she can open up like links to the Adola.
Yeah, there's gonna be something there because I think if she's 250 years old, I think she might have maybe she crossed over with the evangelist. Like same thing when the black cloak lady did. The
Yeah, because she went into the Adola in this episode. But she was like, but she pulled into there by.
She opened up Odola and brought the doppelgangers over. I think.
Yeah, but then I was wondering if when she went in it to talk to the lady who
That was an
disappeared.
Odola link.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
That was an Odola. That's what like Shinra does. So she wasn't like there, but she Odola linked into there. So she stayed in the real world where her consciousness
just
went
linked.
there.
Yeah.
Because for some reason this is something that did confuse me is that so Black Cloak Lady, you didn't really know what was going on. Did you just do this? Did you just die to die? Like you just
Pretty
gave her a
much.
call like hey, how's it going? Bye.
And it really
And the
was
best timing possible for
that's
everyone
true.
involved.
That's really true. And also, okay, now that makes more sense. You're right. It was the best timing. She does show up. I was like, what was the point of you showing up? Did nothing. But I wonder if she showed up and did that.
Maybe it was timing. Maybe she knew what was going on.
Yeah.
She had the animal there, so yeah, she probably did know what was going on. Yeah, and she empowered all those stupid animals.
Yeah. Okay, that makes way more sense now that you point that. Because at first I was like, what a useless thing. You did nothing.
You just died.
Yeah, but
you put a long distance phone call in and died.
In reality, she saved them. Okay.
Yes.
And then I'm not gonna lie, when that animal showed up on the screen, I went, ugh.
I did too. I was like, no, not you guys
Terrible.
again. I thought we left you in China.
Terrible.
But that was very. I really enjoyed overall Captain Hibana's just like her reaction throughout all this was fantastic. Like her eyes getting smaller, the sweating, the anger, you really felt it coming off of her there, which was really cool. Sure, maybe and I gotta give him credit when the one-armed guy went over to attack her with whatever his Fire Force karate is, and it just like exploded the stuff around there. It's like because of her vibrations. I was like, that was pretty cool.
Oh, it was really cool.
Really cool, and she didn't even move.
It is really cool, the shivering aspect of everything, but it is one of those things once again where it's just like, okay, what does this have to do with fire?
Yeah.
I get it, she's cold.
She's super cold.
Yeah, but it's just like
she's super duper cold.
The powers went way out of whack. Like,
I mean,
like
I feel like they went way out of whack in the first season when Showa doesn't really stop time because he's expanding the universe through heat.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've kind of suspended belief on some of the powers. The gold one is still stupid.
That was so dumb.
That was so dumb. But this one at least honestly makes
the gold power. What is dumb about the gold power is like literally in theory anybody can use it that can use plasma ability.
Yep. Pretty much. Yes. Whatever.
It doesn't seem that hard to master because it just makes things whatever. But then the second part of the episode was the Arthur journey, which was just at first I didn't know. I thought it was gonna be really like emotional and dumb because like he like focused on Dragon. And then, like, Benny Maru and Joker, which, like, that was more at the end. But regardless, I'm just going to talk about it really quick. Nothing really happened.
I don't remember. I barely remember that conversation.
Yeah, because the Joker's outfit is stupid. So.
It's really, exactly right. It's
or
really
Joker,
and
not
he's
the
like,
Joker.
I'm a dark hero, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
blah.
and there's more
like,
people in the Nether.
I don't care.
That's why I pointed it out, because next episode they're going to be going to the Nether.
Everyone's going to be in the Nether, minus the rest of the Fire Force.
I did love when Vulcan was explaining it to them, and they were just like, what?
Why are we doing this? Because he's stupid. That is why. Because Arthur is a moron. I loved the kid. The kid was great. It was just like I was really didn't believe it, but Arthur is stupid as a fucking stump.
I love when he first is like, we have to go to this place, and Arthur's like, why does that make sense? And they're like, oh, he's already questioned, like, because they use rocks to hold things down, so it makes sense that it would be materials. And then Arthur's like, Vulcan, you're a genius. I was like, this idiot.
And the note at the end, which was like literally said,
it said shop.
Go back to the shop. And Arthur was like, to the Nether. I was like, no, you moron.
Yeah, and you got the legendary trowel, the little trowel. But however, I laughed. I was like, but if I got that in a video game, I'd be like, ooh, what is this?
Yeah, what does this do? This would be fun.
It's got legendary in front of it.
Legendary. It's got to be good.
Must be important.
Yeah, it's got to do something. I'm really pumped next episode, though. Obviously, they're probably going to run down there and go into the White Clad or something like that, because the White Clad is in every part of the Nether for some reason. Yeah, just everywhere.
Well, it's probably first going to bump into, like, the good guy, dark, good people that Joker was talking about.
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah, I can see that happening, yeah. So, but I'm really pumped for next episode. This was a very good. These last two episodes of Fire Force were very, very good. So if they keep this up, I'll be very happy with what this show, like this type, like if they keep this energy up, I'll be really happy with that. If we do another like just 6 episodes of nonsense like we had at the beginning of the season, I will be annoyed. But right now,
very
killing
good.
it.
Last 2 episodes very good.
Yeah, I'm very engaged.
All right, let's move on to our episode of the week. Yaiba Samurai Legend episode.
Is this episode 8 too?
Yes, it is.
Cool. This show is awesome in every single way. Words can't bring it down. No, it was very. This was I loved how they did time travel in this, and how it just had like Back to the Future consequences instantly. Just like, oh no, the sword's gone. Oh no, I'm leaving now too. And
he's like, don't you think you should go to sleep? Don't you think you should go to sleep? I mean, it'd be a really cool idea. And then he's like, he's like, I'll tell you the future. He's like, no, I don't care. And she's like, the guy loving Sayaka of the past. Yep. It's like, tell me the future. He's like, there's girls, blah blah blah. And he's like, you have my interest.
Yes, I'm engaged now. He's still Miyamoto, which is fantastic. and they got him. He drank him under the table, or got him a drink under the table. And as he's passing out, Saiga's like, he's not waking up tomorrow now.
Yeah.
And it's like,
He
no.
he sleeps through the day.
Then Yaiba trying to wake him up in the morning, which is great. It's like, come on.
I love it. I loved how mad Kyojiro was.
Yeah.
Just like showing how mad he sends like a sign all
That
the way.
whole scene was fantastic.
Yeah.
Just like the angry scribbling and the sword exploding out there. Everyone's like, oh, you guys hear that? What's that coming?
I love the other I'm assuming samurai they're talking about why he might be late. She's like, maybe he got drunk and overslept. No, it was impossible.
That was
or maybe he got sick, or maybe someone already took him out. But
so what I was looking up about this,
this is a real thing.
Sort of.
That those two
Miyamoto Musashi was a real samurai in the Edo period, famous for his dual sword style. Kyojiro and this fight on Ganryu Island, from my light understanding, may or may not have actually happened, but it's one of those sort of it's a legend anyways. And Kyojiro did die, they did say he died on this island due to Musashi killing him and all this stuff.
Oh, so they did fight.
They did fight.
In legend.
In legend, yes. This whole thing is in legend is real. I don't know if it's one of those speculations this might have actually happened or something like it. So
you're telling me Kojiro had a sword that extended?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he probably had some magical style. He is the fictionalist character, fictional sort of character, and Miyamoto is a real person.
Oh, okay, but Kojiro was real.
Kojiro might have been real. It seemed. I'm thinking that he was made up with this legend. But Miyamoto Musashi was a real samurai with dual sword style, and this is where this legend has to do with him.
Could you imagine back then, if you're a regular samurai, which obviously they don't move as fast in anime and all that kind of stuff, and you're just you show up and you're to fight somebody and you're who's this guy? And then he pulls out two swords. You're like, what?
What's going on here?
And then also starts swinging them faster. You're probably like, what the fuck?
I don't know what to do.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, there's so much.
Why are you holding it with two hands?
Why does he have a third one in his mouth?
Where am I? Dang it! Zoro's lost again.
Oh no, in the wrong time period too.
But I did. Yaiba. I love Yaiba shows up, and clearly it's Yaiba. But Kojiro was you look different. He's like, don't be ridiculous. It's but I think he might have been. The only credit I'll give is he's so mad.
Yeah, that he just he went with anything that could be there. And it was really cool because at the beginning of the episode, did you just think for a second they're oh, is Yaiba stuck in the past longer than we thought he was? Did he grow up a little bit?
Because I did think that because he was tall when he came in.
And he shows up on stilts.
Yeah,
and it's all right, that's funny.
Which is confusing because the stilts were destroyed.
Okay, so no, I think yes, I agree. No, he shows up to that fight on stilts, but the one in the present, I think they played with us. They played they did Musashi's angle, which is down here.
Yeah.
So I thought that they angled it weird on us.
But I did think he was older, and I was what?
This changed the show incredibly, but no, the show is still different than what it was because once they quickly Musashi shows up to the fight and with his double or non-swords for some reason. Don't know why he did that. Yeah, I know we shit on it too. We have some before. I remember us doing this.
Did we shit on it?
In the we talked about the preview. And it's do you see what Musashi shows up with? It's an oar. It's not a sword. We were making fun of it.
Making fun of it. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if shit.
Okay. So we were making fun of it. Semantics. And then he shows up and it's this is awesome.
It was awesome.
It was so cool.
And I was glad they didn't show Kojiro's head because I was I don't need to see this.
I don't need to see this skull busted
I know, because he hit it hard. Also, Kojiro's super move is dumb.
Yes.
I know when he it's they're oh, he blocked that move. It's I mean, how many times? I feel once he uses it once, wouldn't you be okay?
Yeah, pretty much. I think, to the show's credit, it's sort of what Miyamoto was just
run into it. Yeah.
Just run into it, and once you see it, you're good to go.
Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that was the gist of it. And then Yaiba jumps into the portal, thought for a second that he wasn't going to, because it's Yaiba, he's stupid. He looked back at Miyamoto. Kojiro's stupid-looking soul as it flies by.
Yeah.
But gets there, and then we see a fantastic sword fight.
Yes.
With some awesome dialogue, and then he gets superpowers.
Yeah.
Just
super. I love Yaiba growth is great.
Yeah.
He really grows as a character and everything like that, and I love it. The one thing I do love is he gets the Raijinkin, which I really like the animation for fighting back the Thunder God and all this kind of stuff. But I love when he like first uses it and uses like his Zoro's sword slash ability pretty much, and uses like a lightning strike, and Kojiro's like, he's like, projectiles? What a cowardice move! And I literally said, I was like, dude, your sword can grow. And then I was like, really? Because you got a magical extending sword? And I was like,
you cheated first, dude.
I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
your sword can go across seas.
I know that was nuts. It has like it has no limit on its extension.
It can open up portals in time.
Yeah, that made no fucking sense. I'm just like, what a fucking you dirty asshole. Yeah. But that was I did enjoy when Yaiba blocked his sword and electrocuted him. He got the stupid Yaiba face.
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah,
everyone. I feel so bad for most of Yaiba's enemies. They're just like, you're just getting dunked on and played with half the time.
And when you figure something out, it's like you're really screwed.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
His like over the head sword slash lightning thing was awesome.
So cool.
I was glad that Kojiro was able to block it, because of like, if any time you blocked it with the sword, you got shocked, that would have been dumb.
That would have been stupid.
But but hitting his sword directly caused him to get shocked.
Yes, and I'm fine with that. Yeah, that was cool. And then the sequence at the end was absolutely fantastic.
Well, before I talk about it with Onimaru.
Yeah.
Before that, I just love when I was like, oh, I mean, how does this power work? And then Yaiba was just like, I can't turn it off. And he's like, knock the crystal, you idiot. He's like, oh, I'm trying.
I'm doing my best.
And then classic anime hero power up is it knocked him out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like, oh, it was too much for me to handle.
Yeah, but I did like the ending a lot. Yes,
the ending was fantastic. Mr. Spider being like, oh, guess who the best samurai in the world is right now, and does not realize how pissed Onimaru was getting.
I love how he assumed Onimaru was smarter.
Yeah,
that like obviously he's gonna say Yaiba just to get Kojiro to like. There's probably actually no data or anything.
None
just
whatsoever.
Putting it out, yeah.
Kojiro is casually cutting a plasma screen TV in half.
Mm-hmm. But then there were also that weird creepy scientist guy.
Oh yeah, that's new. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's gonna be.
He's gonna be. I think he's making more ogres probably.
That's possible. Yeah. He's doing some very nefarious things. Be pumped. This show's great though. Love to see it. Can't wait for the next episode. As always.
Mm-hmm. Very, very good. Absolutely. All right, now on to Witch Watch episode
8.
Yes.
Jeez.
I love this show.
This show's fucking funny. Yeah.
The play in the beginning had me dying when Khan's watching it, and it's like it starts out, he's like, there's like doing dishes or something. He's like, what is this? He's like, what? Why are we watching? It's so boring.
There's so much depth to this story for some reason. Yeah. And then he gets like.
Well, I like before they even get to the work office. I love when he's like, oh, and then he waits for this one train, but he didn't. He wanted to sit, and that one was only standing. So then next train, he's like, why is this in this? And I was like, that is a good point.
And why is he still standing?
But then like the love interest
start getting invested.
Yeah, he's like, I'm super invested.
She was the monster the entire time.
Yeah, I love it.
It's ridiculous.
And then like the entire time, I'm like, Otto Man, what a dumb name. And then at the end, with his the wife is like, you forgot her anniversary, so now you're are you just getting this?
I am just getting this.
Yeah, you're an Ottoman.
That was funny. I was like, also like, what is this? Is this like a sexual thing too? It's really weird.
Well, I love when he's like in the beginning, he's like, this hero's great for kids and moms. And he's like, why not dads? And at the end, when he's like, this is why dads don't like it. He's like, but kids do. And he's like, you can't show this to kids.
I know, that was great.
And they still did anyways. Oh
my goodness. Yeah. The play sequence was just, the show does like subtle comedy like that. So peak. And the fight was over the top hilarious. Just like, one, love how Moy is just silently, keeping tabs on Khan there, and it's like, you're growing as a person, how nice. But the super soft punch.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And the kick is like he's so powerful. Like even Nico was like, he's so powerful. I'm like, oh my god. Also, I did love in the play that the fight didn't wrap up in time. So when the guy went back to lunch, his boss was like, he was like a little late to lunch, so his boss like reamed him out for being late. And it's like Japan,
yeah, in every aspect, that's what they do. But it was nice to see his kid be happy.
Except maybe that's just not the superhero we should be focusing on.
Yeah, maybe.
Because in the middle cutscene, it showed him like in the Ottoman position and the son doing the same. It's like maybe this is not. Maybe there's other heroes we could pick.
Yeah, maybe we don't do that. Yeah, and then Khan gets punished with that punishment at the end.
Yes, because he could.
I'm tired of being the Ottoman. This episode was so good that way.
It was so
it connected
good.
This part of the story to the next one.
Oh my god, the time speed thing. had me. First of all, when they like I love her explaining like all the negatives, and he's like,
Don't worry about it.
I'm awesome, pretty much. That's
Yep.
like his like whole reasoning.
That was his whole reasoning. And then I love the narrator just like, Khan's the kind of guy that just runs into something and asks questions later.
Regrets it later.
Regrets it later. Yes. When he first got the power and started moving fast, I was like, okay, he just can't understand him. That's fine. He'll still get the job done pretty fast. And then when it cut to his perspective and he was still, and then like, as they just went through it, the power started making more sense to me. And I was like, oh no, you fucked up so bad.
It was like the scene where like, he starts doing the screws again, and it was just at normal pace for him. And I was like, and it's just his face is like, and then he clips low, and he's like, ah!
It's only been 10 minutes, but
and then when he figures
2 hours, it's only been 10. No, it's been
2 hours.
2 hours, it's only been 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then when he figures out that like
does the math. He's gonna be in this
for 30 days. Oh my god.
And Nico's just like, oh, I'm so sorry, Khan. You love talking to people and we can't communicate. And that's like a horror world.
The one where they had to buy him all. It was like actually like they point out how horrible it was for him. They had to buy him all this food. The one time when Moy came home and he just appeared in front of him and like cried for like 30 seconds and like ran away. And like they're just like, this life sucks.
It was a horrible life.
And then he learned to slow talk.
That was funny.
The music was so funny too. It was just like how like wonderful and warm,
intense and great it was.
Yeah.
I like how they brought over the cringe guy just to have him do nothing but be there.
His idea was genius.
Great idea, but it didn't need it at all. I was like, okay, so why is he here right now?
Yeah,
just remind us that he's there in the show.
Pretty much.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
It had me dying laughing though. I was like, this show is an all-star.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. It's so funny. Also, what a ridiculous job. Just my sidekick, putting screams in the bags.
I know.
Also, like, turn a movie on while you do that, dude.
Well, do you remember the part where he said that?
I thought he said he wanted to be able to watch movies later.
He's like, I tried to watch a movie while doing it. He's like, but I ended up holding the. He's like, but all that happened was I held onto the same screw the entire time. And Moy's like, that's because you just watched the movie. He's so stupid.
Oh, he's so stupid. Peak character.
Oh, the whole crew.
The crew is amazing.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Oh.
Yeah, I love them.
Just cries in front of him. Washes all of his underwear by hand.
Oh, yeah, but because it dries too slow.
Yeah,
like everything dries. So they had to buy him extra underwear. And, like, it was so. First of all, the name of the spell is hers. Quick.
I know. Quick.
I love when she does the spells, like the music and this.
And then
And then next episode, I couldn't really make out what's gonna happen, but
I have no idea. You watch the previews and you focus on them. I'm just there while I watch the previews to hear what they're yelling about, and I laugh at it.
Even that one was hard because they sped it up on purpose.
Yeah, they did that. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our hate watch. We're flying through this episode.
Yeah, we got things to do. So.
Yeah, hate watch up section. Lazarus episode
8.
Yes. This one was so bad, dude. It was so bad.
This show sucks. It's so horrible. It doesn't even make fucking sense half the time.
I love how it starts out. They're like, Chris gets taken by her Russian special forces,
who
maybe.
Just happened to run into.
Yeah. Who just
happened?
Yeah. And they're like Russian special forces or something. Whatever. We'll move on for that. In case you didn't know they were Russian, they just keep calling everyone comrade constantly.
And talk about the motherland endlessly.
Just in case you didn't know they were Russian.
You didn't catch that a few times there.
Before that, I love they're like, wait a minute. You knew Dr. Skinner and worked at his lab. What's up with that? And then she's like, let me proceed to tell you no information that's important. And we're just going to forget about this. So honestly, when this was brought up last episode, like it was going to be something big, as per usual, it meant nothing. And we learned nothing out of it. And I just told you that I did know Skinner.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly what happened. Just brush that away.
It's like why were you hiding this? You could have just told him.
Yeah, you could have told him. Actually, you probably just so open with that.
Yeah.
It would have made people like, that would make people trust you a little bit more. And the whole team didn't give a shit about it anyways.
Yep, that's what it
was like. The show tried to make it out like it was it was causing some sort of rift between them. Especially when she was like, don't go after Chris or blah, blah, blah. And they're just like, no, we do what we want because we're the cool guys or whatever. And I'm just like,
Because we're Lazarus.
This doesn't make any. Okay, fine. Go find her. Go waste more time doing this.
And then the entire episode is Chris got kidnapped, so they have to go save her, and then they save her, and you learn about her backstory, which really doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Not developed in any sense of the word. Of course, it's gay. We'll get to that in a second. But not developed in any sense of the word. I love the part where Axel finally finds her, and she's like, I'm not worthy of being saved. I'm like, why? We don't know why.
We have no idea.
Because you survived a plane crash?
Yeah, I guess that, or some shit like that, or some. I think it was a gassing actually. Was it a plane crash?
It was an explosion at an airport.
Oh, at an airport. Okay, yeah.
But it's like because you survived that.
Oh, cool. No, because she did horrible things when she was part of the Russian KGB. Maybe. I don't know.
No,
you focused on the wrong part of her backstory again.
Yeah.
Like, you guys won't focus on the right. Oh.
And on top of that, it's like. So wait, you did bad things, but now you're part of a seedy underground group.
I guess, yeah.
So you continue doing bad things?
It doesn't make any sense. You focus getting to the for fuck's sake. When her ex-lover there pointed the gun at her, I was like, pull the trigger. Just fucking kill her. I want this to be over so badly. Just do it! And then they turned into a whole lesbian thing out of left field.
Yep.
I mean, yes, I could have told you that the Russian chick with the shaved head was a lesbian.
Yeah.
But, like, Chris being part of that, I was like, and she got a different hair color back then. Blah, 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 blah. Gay! I'm just like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is a stupid,
and unnecessary
storyline.
And once again, and then, the guy, the evil man, who Chris easily beat up when she was in a chair, but Axel couldn't beat up at all.
When she started girl bossing like that, I was like, I'm checked out now.
Yeah, who's very violent and evil, as we know, because I guess but her ex-lover isn't evil, even though she
Russian's bad as long as they man.
Yes. And then I love he shoots the other girl, calling her a traitor, even though she didn't do anything yet. She's literally pointing a gun at Chris. She's just having a conversation. Doesn't mean she's a traitor. So that didn't make any sense. But anyways, he shoots her, and you're supposed to feel bad, but I'm like, I don't know this person. She has been on the screen twice.
Yes.
If that.
But for some reason, we'll feel some big connection because her and Chris used to fucking go at it.
Which we didn't find out till right then and there.
Right then. It's like trying to force fucking sympathy into us, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about these people.
Yeah. I love when the Lazarus crew shows up, and then they're like, make a big scene out of it, and they're like, okay, and then all of a sudden they're like, guys, there's this massive vessel coming towards us. I'm like, you're just noticing this?
What, really?
You're the oil rig. First of all, why are you on this random oil rig?
I don't know.
What?
That's an excellent question. Why are you this random? What were you doing? They were looking for Skinner or something. I don't know.
I don't know what they were doing.
What the fuck this team was doing that Chris ran into him and all that stuff. Also, another fucking point that I hated that was so stupid. I don't remember what the exact line was, but friggin' Lesbo there was like, no matter how many times you change your face or your hair, I can always figure out who you are. It was like, that was the dumbest thing I've heard this episode. She changed her entire face, and you still were able to pick her out of that because
That's a good point, yeah.
Because you guys could fucking smell each other because you used to be lovers. I was like, this is so stupid.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but because it was dumb. It was so dumb. Oh, I had a special hate. I have a
it
special
is
hate
so
for every episode.
poorly written. It is written by, and also I've noticed I'm watching this. It's like whoever's writing this thinks they're killing it.
Yes.
Literally thinks they're doing such a good job.
They should fight HBO or Adult Swim, whoever is, it's
Adult Swim thing.
Adult Swim, yeah. Fire everyone in this department. Fire them all.
They think they are killing it.
They think they are writing a masterpiece.
They really are.
It's so
with the music and everything, they're like, I'm doing such a good job. It's like, so wait, the plan was you took a huge vessel that they didn't notice till the last second apparently, even though it's the ocean and everything is white, but and slam it into the thing, and then fight your way through and all this kind of stuff. And then at the end, you just leave, sure. And then what did we gain out of this story?
Absolutely.
Well, you got Chris's backstory. It's like, badly.
And did we?
That's what I'm saying, is we didn't.
We didn't get a backstory. We
didn't.
found out she's Russian.
And was a lesbian.
That's it.
Yeah. We didn't know she did anything, what she did.
We didn't see any intense scenes where she, pointed guns at kids
also,
or something like that.
Second character who left behind someone else.
If we have to get everyone's fucking horrible backstory,
it makes sense to do that.
Sure.
In a good show.
Sure, but this one sucks.
Exactly. But it's the second character where they were like, you. So it was the girl in the cult. She was like, she's like, you left me behind to the other girl. It's like they've done it twice now.
Twice now.
Where it's like Ivanka or whatever her name was. I don't know. But it was like the short hair lesbian chick was like, you left me, and I was like, and Chris's or whatever her actual name is like excuse what didn't make any sense.
She just wanted to like, yeah, her excuse was like,
She died and then came back to life,
yes,
and then was just like, I decided to run after that. It's like, okay, why?
because if she had gone back and gotten the handler and they ran away together, the organization would have murdered them both, or Russia would have murdered them both.
Well, why would? So I'm also confused. It's like, well, you left and they didn't seem to chase you.
Because they thought she was dead.
Oh wait, yeah, that actually does make sense.
That's why they did
that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they thought she was dead. Yeah.
But a point that didn't really make any sense was because I was going to give us a good backstory. One, being on this oil rig, they can't communicate with her wristwatch thing, but they can figure out exactly where it is, because I don't know how that works. Somehow it has the ability to send the signal, but not do anything else. And if she doesn't communicate in 3 days, her wristwatch is going to kill her or some shit like that.
Because she's Russian KGB.
Because she's Russian KGB, and she thought everyone needed that. It just sounds like Chris is so self-obsessed with herself and how bad, quote-unquote, she is,
but we
that
don't
she
know.
had to do all this stuff. Like, it was just like, none of you would ever trust me unless I did this. And it's like, I'm sure everyone here is like some sort of wanted criminal in some way, minus the high school kid.
Yeah,
like,
and literally, like, no one. You didn't tell anyone.
You didn't tell anyone this.
But I just knew when she found Axel, I knew she was going to be like, I don't deserve to live. I knew she was going to say it, because I was like, they were just drawing her face like that, but I was like, but we don't know anything. We don't know anything bad you did.
Yeah, at all. I have no basis to understand.
We know that you
through.
played a piano in a white silk curtain room.
Yeah, that was about it. Why didn't they drown? I wanted them both to drown so badly. When they were in water, I was like, don't come back up.
But don't worry. Have we learned anything in this show? No.
We're not an inch closer to where Skinner is at all.
Dude, it's just so funny.
Don't worry. Chris was a lesbian.
I know. It was just so funny at the start when they're like, we want to hear about how you knew Dr. Skinner. And she's like, well, I did know Dr. Skinner. I worked on Hapna. And they're like, all right. Anyways.
Cool. Glad we sorted that one out.
I was like, but let's move on to phenomenal writing.
I hate that show so much. Yeah, let's go.
The best writing.
Yes.
One Piece. Episode.
11:29.
11:30.
Oh shit. Yeah, yes. Last week 11:29. Man.
This episode is like.
I have trauma.
Well, that's not what I was gonna say, but
I'm traumatized.
I will be traumatized. Because this episode was actually positive at first.
It was.
It's actually a very positive.
It was the crying at the end that got me. I was like,
it was the crying
that's
at the
all
end.
the sleep. I felt that in the manga, but I felt it more on TV.
Right. Yes. It's when you've read it, it's to know what's to come. But however, this episode was like, it was just like fanboying, because like when like the Rocks pirates all showed up, I had to pause it. I had to be like,
we gotta see everybody.
I gotta make sure. I was like, who are these people again? And I'm like, I don't remember the guy from Wano or the guy drinking. I don't remember those guys.
I don't know either.
Yeah, they must be important somehow. They probably don't have their names yet.
Yeah, they will be important somehow. It was one of those episodes. It's like, One Piece is the king of wasting screen time a little bit there. But I loved when they panned through all of them and then did it again, and it's like we're still framing them on the screen. I was like, this is fantastic.
Also, did we get? I think we got Rock's voice.
Did we get Rock's voice?
Because when he said, "Hey, follow me," and then Whitebeard responds with, "He's like, I don't have to."
We did.
He's like, I don't have to follow. He's like, don't. He's like, you don't tell me to follow you or something like that.
Yeah, maybe we did.
And I was like, was that Rox's voice?
Ooh la la.
Yeah, so I think it was. First of all, Rox's ship is pretty cool.
It is pretty cool, right?
His logo is really cool.
The Rocks pirates are pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're evil and awful.
Oh yeah, they are.
But
like, they're dope as all
they're really,
yeah, they're
really
dope.
cool.
That was a power. I really don't know how that group lost.
I mean, against Garp and Rogers, that makes sense.
I know, but it's Whitebeard, who was considered the strongest man in the world. Yeah, I think at that time, Rocks
not stronger than Roger.
I think he was considered the strongest man in the world.
He's not stronger.
Roger
than
was the pirate king.
I don't think he was
I had
stronger.
to go back and look that up. I had that was his title.
Didn't they literally fight?
Yeah, it was like a stalemate.
It was a stalemate. So they're equally strong, I guess.
Yeah, I think they called him the strongest man in the world. I don't know. I have to go back and look at the One Piece. It's been fucking 13 years since I really looked at Whitebeard stuff. But anyways, you got Whitebeard, you got Glorioso, who probably actually did something, because she was.
She has Boa's ability.
Does she have Boa's ability?
I'm assuming she had a snake.
What is Boa's ability to you then?
Boa Hancock's?
Yeah.
to like turn people into stone? I don't know. What was her ability?
That she'd have to die in order for Boa to have that ability. Though.
Is she still alive?
Yeah, she's a short old lady.
You're talking about Stussy.
No, I'm talking about Gloriosa, the old lady on Boa's Island, who was the former princess.
Oh yeah,
That's her.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Oh, that's why she has a snake.
Yeah.
What was her ability?
I don't know. I don't think we know.
Could be nothing. Could be just be.
Could just be kicking. Could just be kicking like Boa does.
Oh, that could be like
Yeah.
hockey strong. I
Yeah,
forgot.
yeah.
I forgot. I always forget that One Piece glows down women so hard.
Yeah, just a bit. Yeah.
I always forgot because like you got to think about 3 women right there that were absolute smoke shows. Stussy, Glorioso,
Yep.
and Big Mom. All smoke shows there. In the future, not.
Not
Big
at
Mom
all.
is fat and awful.
Yep.
And the other 2 are short, shriveled up old ladies.
Wasn't that like I thought someone commented in one of our videos that was supposed to be like symbolically like they gave up on their dreams or some shit like
Yeah,
that, of,
but-
like, becoming the king or
Yeah,
like
but
that.
like
So
Kaido, I don't know what Kaido's dream was, but he looked
they,
pretty
to
cool.
stay ripped apparently.
Yeah, I mean, all the old men look cool. Always.
Yeah, that's I did. Yeah, that is true. And Whitebeard looked fucking sick, anyways. All
yeah.
at the end
But
there.
young Roger and young Garp. First of all, Garp living the best life. He's at like a pool with a bunch of hotties.
I like too how he was like how at first he's like, oh yeah, don't go interfering with the Celestial Dragon's thing, and then Kong there was like, yeah, but the information got leaked somehow. And Roger's like, oh, how could that? Oh, not Roger. Garp was like, oh, how could that have happened? Ha 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 ha. So I enjoyed that. Garp still being like a hero. Like,
Yeah.
Knowing what Celestial Dragons are doing their thing, but
Yeah.
it's like, don't worry, the pirates are on their way to fuck it all up.
Yeah. And then he's
Roger's
like, and Roger's like, you shut off that with that.
You know, that was good.
Yeah, watching Roger jump off with Scopper.
Pre-mustache Roger. Too.
Yeah, I know.
That
He
was
looked
fun.
awesome. Jumping over with Scopper and Rayleigh, and then Garp with a bunch of people that I don't know because they're probably not that important.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But I was like, it was like watching like you're like an all-star video. You're just like,
So cool.
especially because of the way it started with like Celestial Dragons just being the worst of the worst as per usual. The one that just takes a crossbow to that poor girl who's running next to Kuma.
I hated that. Friggin' Fingerling Garland. I said this out loud. It's like, oh, he has 100,000 points. Like, I hate you. I hate you so
Yeah, I
much.
know. I hate, and then
You're
of
a
course,
piece of shit.
and every time they show him and they like 100,000 points, there's always girls cheering. And it's like, also, I don't know if you saw this. We're not going to spoil anything here.
Okay.
Not spoiling anything. But like, everyone was upset that his hair was blonde.
Yes.
Why? I know why what they want it to be.
Yes.
But like,
I don't know. I think they glowed him down a bit in the show compared to what the
color was his hair supposed to be? I know what you're thinking.
The color was supposed to be.
Why is it supposed to be that? It doesn't have to be that. Maybe that's his wife's hair's color.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, or
People thought, and
I don't know if wife.
I think he would. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. I personally think that based on what I've seen the drawing in and the way that he's designed in the manga, I think he looked cooler with that color. That's my personal preference. It doesn't. I understand people are freaking out and they shouldn't be doing that.
The only thing is like someone did point out is like if you look when he draws the other color, it is very different. He draws it more like shaded in compared to when he draws blonde. He draws like less shading, so that makes like more sense. That like yeah.
I think it looks cooler the other. Okay, sorry. I agree. People are freaking out and they shouldn't be doing that. I do think it looks cooler with the other color.
I haven't seen it with the other color.
I think it looks cooler.
When his hair turns white, that's the coolest.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's old man. Sure.
Yeah. Even though his hair's so stupid.
His hair is dumb as fuck.
It's so
Dude, it's so
stupid.
dumb.
So
I know the symbolism in there and all that stuff for later. I'll tell you in the manga recap.
There's symbolism behind his hair?
Yeah.
Oda, you genius. But yeah, he sucks. All the Celestial Dragons suck. And on this episode, first of all, when Big Mom comes in and Ivanka almost gets I'm glad Ivanka didn't get the mythical Zoan fruit.
Yeah.
That would have been terrible.
The dragon.
Yeah.
I love that people when the manga came out about that, they like fan arted what Ivanka would look like, and it's just Kaido's dragon body with his head on it, and it's like
terrible.
That'd been hilarious.
It would have been positive for the world
Yes,
because
true. Yeah.
Kaido wouldn't have got it.
Yeah, true.
But and then Kuma eats the pawpaw fruit,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm like, oh yeah,
It's so weird. Sorry, which is so weird that when they're describing what the fruits were, they get Kaido's like in their like imagination. They get Kaido's right, but they make Kuma's out to be like a cat in their head, and it's a bear. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be because he has the Ursa shock that's like usually associated with bear.
it is.
So it was like, why is it like this?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Yeah, and he has like bear ears on his hat.
He does, yeah. It is more bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my favorite thing about it's been so long since we read this, is that I was like, I forget things that are gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then like I'm like, oh yeah, he eats it, and then all of a sudden he fell, and I was like, oh, what happens? And I was like, Saint Saturn. Every time he's on screen, I'm like, you son of a... Oda is we gas him so much on this podcast, but like he is the king of writing villains.
He really is.
Because I'm just like, Saint Saturn, and the Saint Saturn's like, once a slave, always a slave. You were born into and you'll die in it. And I was like,
I hate it. Oh, it burned my soul. When Kuma was like, all I want to do is like help people like Nika did and like save people. And that was what Saint Saturn like, and that's why you need to be a slave.
I know,
and
Saint
die.
Saturn's like, what a fucking dork you are. I'm like, all right, you dick.
Oh my goodness. To this day, we still don't really know how he got away from that.
I bet he was poop.
Probably, yeah.
He couldn't. Well,
he could have. It'd just be like learning how to use that power.
It must have me. Oh, you know what? It probably like he probably did accidentally, maybe, and it probably only shot him like
a little bit,
like 50 yards or something, and then like he because then he saved 500 people.
Kuma's awesome. Kuma's better than me.
Outside of Straw Hats, like
I know.
He's probably like. Oh man, that's too difficult. We're gonna. That's a different.
I gotta sit down and rank.
Because I was like,
hardcore.
well, Bon Clay's up there.
Bon Clay is up there.
Which sadly, I didn't realize that Frankie's voice actor was also the same voice actor as Bon Clay.
Yeah,
that sucks.
That does suck.
Bon Clay still needs to come back, but
yeah, of course, yeah.
And then like Shanks, and then like
Law. I like Kuma more than Shanks.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
just naming characters.
Oh yeah.
But I'm just like, there's like Whitebeard, Roger, Ray Lee's.
It's really tough. Kuma hits me so hard in the feels.
Kuma's just a phenomenally written character. Like, just phenomenally written. And, like, after this, like, he's praying. Oh, by the way, the nicest character in all of One Piece, canonically, Christian. Nicest character in all of One Piece.
Confirmed.
Yep. First of all, great scene. Had me dying laughing as when those two goobers showed up and they're like, hey, you guys, you're new. And the one's like, he's like, how old are you? And he's like 9. He's like, and they just throw rocks at him.
Like, liar. It's like, dude, guys, kid, he's 4 times your size. What are you doing?
I know.
Like, what are you? How do you think this ends? This doesn't end well for
a few
you
rocks
guys.
are going to get him. But then Ginny comes in and just absolutely bodies him.
She is fantastic.
Oh, I know.
Oh, she is. I forgot how great of a written character she was, too. Staying with Kuma, figuring out everything and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And the crying at the end. Fucking just it ripped my soul in two. And then Kuma is like, the life he could have had with his parents. And I was just like, well, I can't watch this right now. This is hurting me now.
Yeah, it's one of those that it's like, it's so funny because everyone's just like, Kuma's backstory is going to get you. And all I think is like, if you're just watching the anime, all I'm thinking is like everyone's just like, oh yeah, this is super sad. I'm like, yes. It's so sad.
Yep, this is the saddest
this
it's
is
gonna
a
get.
sad so far.
Yeah, this is the saddest you've been so far.
Because like that was an absolute beautiful scene and everything like that. But it's just like next episode.
It got a little brutal with Big Mom just chucking Ivanka
all over the place. I also like Ivanka somehow stopped Big Mom by just grabbing Big Mom's leg.
I saw that. It's like I don't really think he stopped her. I think it was more of those like Big Mom was like, oh, why?
I think I really think Big Mom was just like shocked that it's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah, yeah, and then just Kuma running away and eating that. It's like She did get this. I still want to know if that was like, because she calls that fruit a different fruit or she says something about the fish fruit or some crap like that back in Wano, and that's why Kaido owed her. Yes. And that's what he got at God Valley. Yes. So I'm still confused on what that fruit was. If that was actually like the thing she has now, if that's actually the dragon fruit or whatever the heck it is. I don't know. I'm very.
This is a classic. You're probably really good at focusing on it because like it's a classic. Like it's like gonna be brought up in like 20 chapters. Yeah. It's like remember this was said, and you're like,
yeah, because
you forgot about it, but then you look at it.
Momonosuke is gonna do something where he transforms into something else, and that's gonna be how we know
Momonosuke. We don't need him back.
I think he's fine now. Adult Momonosuke, he's fine. What are you talking
about? The only thing is, it's gonna be hilarious when him and Weepy Yoshi get in the same area.
I don't think he cries as much in his adult form, right?
Yes, he does, because he's still a kid.
Yeah, I don't think he cries as much, though.
He didn't cry as much at the end because it was happy.
Yeah.
Everything was going good.
Yeah.
Except for the Admiral showing up there. But
yeah.
But then Shanks was like... I'm gonna hit you with Conqueror's Hockey from a mile away.
That's true, but he did unleash a blast breath though.
He did, but he's still a crybaby.
Yeah, maybe he'll be better. I think he's growing up.
I think it's gonna be one of those where it's like he is grown up, but then like he's gonna have that scene where he's
maybe. Yeah.
I hope there's a scene where him and Weepy Oshie are crying together,
funny,
and Luffy's just like,
I'm gonna go over here.
yeah. But this is like one of those God Valley. Oh, the God Valley thing was just like I was just like, One Piece is so great.
One Piece is so amazing.
When it was just introducing, it's like that's how good One Piece is. It's like it's just showing characters.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything
At all.
Just showing them, and I'm like, I literally had to pause and rewind the scene with the rock pirates. I was like, look at him.
They're so cool.
And then
they're shiny.
The Fingerland scene where he's like doting is like blah 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 something whatever he said dumb shit I don't really care. And then the other two Holy Knights are behind him. I'm like, who are you?
Who are you guys?
Reveal thyself. How are you doing this now, Oda?
I know.
It's 1,130, and you're introducing characters now.
I know, and I'm captivated by every second of it.
It's incredible.
It is truly incredible. Great, the greatest manga ever told.
I'm actually really thinking it might be like. Do you think it's better? We'll see when it gets there.
We're gonna see what happens at it ends. If it's the greatest fiction ever told, yes.
Yeah.
We will see.
If it ends incredible.
We will see. I will need.
If it ends incredible.
If it ends incredible, I will need to discuss with other people who have both read Lord of the Rings and participated in One Piece, and we need to discuss that.
Because I participated in One Piece. I guess that makes more
it's an
sense.
Experience.
Well, I was gonna say, I guess you could just watch One Piece, and that's enough.
Yeah.
Where it's like if you're gonna talk Lord of the Rings, you need to read it.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, you can't just watch Lord of the Rings.
Can't just watch it. Yeah. So I need to discuss with those people, and we need a council needs to get together and
the greatest fiction council.
Yes. Between these two, we need to come together and decide who.
Because like I was like this one guy to group chat is always sends like he'll send like a meme every once in a while making fun of like he's like One Piece watchers trying to get everyone to watch like 1,000 episodes of Mid, and I'm always like I just know you haven't watched it.
Yeah.
Because remember when I didn't watch it and I said I was like I'm never going to watch it.
Yes.
But I know it's good.
Yes.
Because like obviously.
Yeah, you made it still.
Yeah. But I was like I'm never gonna watch it. And then I like decided to watch it and I was like.
It's the greatest thing ever.
Like did you read today's?
Yes, I did.
Oh, we'll talk about it later.
Oh my
goodness. Yeah, how good was it?
Oh my goodness.
Right? I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
But thank you, Normal Nerd Nation, for listening and maybe even watching another podcast episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Instagram. Davis is always posting hilarious memes on there.
Also, like and subscribe while you're at it, and leave a rating if you have some time. It helps people find the show.